cut, and go. This kid has every single tool in the tool belt. He's going to Buffalo next year, but It's the RPO, run pass option, first play of the game. Quarterback has a decision. He can give the run play, or if he likes the numbers on the outside, can throw the ball for a little quick perimeter screen. Does a good job being decisive on the first play of the game.
13-yard gain. It's actually a 3-yard gain. And now here's another pass to the right side. That's going to be close to the first down. As once again, that was Falkenstein. And Falkenstein gets some more.
I like the patience along the first two possessions. Just take him what the defense gives him. If you want to play off and soft coverage, we'll take advantage of that. We're okay being patient in our offense, taking what you give us, knowing we're one or two broken tackles away from taking a 5-yard pass to the house.
Another pass to the right side. That will get the first down yardage to about the 43.
Wrapped up by number 6, Kieran Connolly.
There's the guy we've been talking about in the opener. Shepard just does a good job just finding his blocks. Again, just one cut, first down. Great job understanding situation. That all he needed was one. He ended up getting a little bit more, but he was able to do that. Didn't do any dancing in the backfield. Just one cut up the field, finishes that run forward. That's what all good running backs do.
So Lamar Sperling gets the first down. It's another run that will get to Sperling again. This guy's going to be a workhorse for you. Had 400 yards in the first game and just under 200 yards last week. That was a down week for him, Brandon, 175 yards.
Almost 600 yards in 2 games. Holy smokes.
Yeah, you can see why. That big up front, both sides are huge up front. Very physical. 3-4 applied by Iona Prep. Little flip to the left side, completion, as that will get to the 39. Another good play, as that was caught by Joe Hardman.
Love the script here opening up this game. Their first top 10 plays. Teams like to run 10 plays to get their offenses in rhythm. 10 plays have been very good here early on. I like the, Long does a good job going low. His hitch route to the field was not there when he came out of his break. He looks high, uses his eyes, defense softens up, takes the completion. Low, high, low. Good job there. That's good fundamental football.
Another pass. That goes to the hash marks on the right side, and that goes to number 13, Jalen Hightower, the junior wide receiver. So they like to mix it up.
Scott, this is kind of what we were talking about in the opener, that the defense is going to predicate what Archbishop Hoban's going to do offensively. They call every play almost has an RPO emphasis on it. So the quarterback has the decision to hand the ball off to Sperling or throw and take completions. He's done a good job being decisive here. So let's see if they're going to tighten up the pressure, tighten up the defense a little bit, try to not give him those easy access throws.
Fake on the pass, and this is a good run. Breaking to the outside was Sperling, and Sperling is going to the house.
Wow. What a run there by Lamar Sperling. He's on pace for 400 if he keeps running like that. He does a great job. They do an inside zone. He makes a guy miss in the backfield at 2 yards, spin move, and then puts on the burners for a huge touchdown. Great answer, great drive, good execution on that drive for Archbishop Hoban.
Well, they did a good job of mixing up the run and the pass, and then when you got a guy who ran for 400 yards in the first game, it's kind of academic after that, as the point after is good, and we are knotted up at 7, Brandon.
Absolutely. Iona Prep there just played coverage, and what I mean by that, they just played off and soft, giving access to throw these perimeter throws, these short completions, exactly what Archbishop Hoban is built to do. They want to just take what the defense gives you. They're going to be patient, knowing they have a dynamic back in Sperling that can, get an explosive play when there's not an explosive play to be there because of his talent. So Iona Prep is going to have to shore up the defense there. I think they were just trying to get a feel for what they were trying to do on the defensive side of the ball. So see if they can adjust in their schematics here in drive number 2.
Well, if drive number 2 is anything like drive number 1, we're in for a ball game as both these teams coming out firing.
Absolutely. And I expected these two teams to be – this is a good matchup. These two teams are very well-matched, well coached on both sides of the field. They're going to do a good job of executing. They know what they're going to try to run. So we're going to see some explosive plays. That's not the end of the fireworks in this one.
We'll go out. Procedure is the call. A 7-7 tie here in the early going. Glad to have you along. Akron, Ohio is the scene. Archbishop Hoban, the host school. Shepherd will give, and that's a straight handoff.
Goes to number 5, Colin O'Garo.
Colin O'Garo on the run, and O'Garo
Number 9,
gets some yardage there.
Jordan Pritchard Sewell.
So O'Garo, gain of 7.
On the completion, Scott. That was a run. It looked like a run play, but quarterback pitched it forward.
So that does go as a completion. Thank you on that.
Creative. Kind of like
That
those
one's
jet
going to
sweeps.
be not so creative.
You know how the quarterback does a little jet sweeps and he kind of tosses the ball in front of him? That goes down in the stat column as passing yards, not rushing yards, even though it's really a run. So they're getting creative. Getting creative in these the schemes.
So you're saying they're padding the quarterback stats?
I'm not opposed to that. You know that.
I know you're not. That's why I was asking. just a thought. Good run here up the middle, and that will get good yardage. O'Garo again.
Good for a Gale. First down.
So first down, 10-yard gain there for O'Garo.
First contact.
Very methodical here by.
We put an emphasis on, Scott, the line of scrimmage. The offensive side of the ball is winning the point of attack in the line of scrimmage right now early in this game on both ends. Iona Prep controlling the game in the run game on the line of scrimmage. Archbishop Hoban on the line of scrimmage. They're controlling the tempo, being able to get explosive runs. Good execution on the offensive side of the ball.
Here is a run, getting to the outside of Shepherd. He's going to keep the ball, and he will lunge forward. See where they give him. Looks like they're going to call him out of bounds at midfield. So they didn't give him the forward progress. He loses 3 yards.
You know what I'm going to say here, Scott. You've been on the call long enough with me. Young quarterbacks, if you drive a pass play and you escape the pocket, there's no harm in throwing that ball away rather than taking a negative 3-yard rush.
Big hit on the quarterback as that was a pitch as that went to number 15 for Iona Prep. And that is Nathaniel Shillingford.
On that stop, Devin Bell with the assist.
So Nathaniel Shillingford getting his first action. There's a flag.
Yellow on the green. Five-yard penalty still.
No gain on that last play.
Archbishop's coming. They're bringing the heat.
Run forward, not for much. Good defense there by Hoban as Archbishop Hoban's Devin Bell, 6', 249, junior linebacker on the stop, getting the congratulations.
Sean O'Neal to punt.
Size and speed for both these teams, but he's a big one.
Along with Tyson Campbell.
You know, we just touched on the line of scrimmage. When Iona Prep was having success, they were controlling the line of scrimmage. When that drive went south on them a little bit, they lost the battle up front, causing a punt. So I like we said early in this game, the key to this game is going to be the big hog mollies, the front five on the offensive line, the front down four for the defensive line, to see who can be successful and sustain drives to win this football game.
So once again, it's going to be Sperling and company. The running back, Ja'Kai Long, is the quarterback, the junior. Sperling, talented senior, lots of offers, and you saw why on that first carry that he would go big. Actually, it was his second carry, but you get the idea.
Look at the bottom of the screen here, Scott. Like we kind of talked about, we had some softness in the first drive. Corners pressing. Oh, they're going to bail. See if they can take advantage of the softness again as they come off the screen. Look for a little perimeter screen here to the left side.
Goes to the outside, and that will get to about the 21. Keeper by Ja'Kai Long. All you ask is that they move forward, and he did.
Yes, sir. Exactly. And coverage.
Another run goes to the outside. And that will get to about the 27. Once again, there's that man again, Lamar Sperling. He just pounds you, and then you know he can break one. We already saw him.
A little wrinkle in the offense. Come out in an empty set. Really just a little window dressing from an offensive standpoint. Just motioning Sperling from the slot, giving it to him on the jet sweep, trying to use his speed to their advantage. Going to the short side of the field. A little interesting, not much room on there on the short side, but good job by Sperling getting his foot in the dirt and making this a third and manageable.
Third and short. Good containment by the defense as they catch the man at the 24. That was Sperling. They keyed on him. They brought the heat. And big number 0, who is anything but on the stop for Iona Prep. And, man, I'll tell you what, number 0, Capri Martin. Big guy, 6'2", 270, a senior, showing off his speed to get there.
Absolutely physical. Good job up front. That's a defensive lineman making a huge play in the backfield. Again, advantage to the defensive line there on that drive, stuttering them out.
Punt by Archbishop Hoban.
Ryan Burns on the punt for your Knights.
It's going to be 1st and 10 now for Iona Prep. 7-7 to score. We've got 2:50 to go in the first quarter. And that was the first stop for Iona Prep. Turns out being a good one.
I think they got to get a Johnny Shepard here. Some quick, easy completions to start this drive. Something where you can see a ball being completed just from a confidence standpoint. Looks like he's kind of looking at the rush, trying to create too much, and that's just a predication of defense dictating. There you go.
Little pass to the outside, and that will get to Ogaro. And Ogaro, actually, that's not Ogaro. That's another man into the ball game, and that's number 1. And that is Ethan Acevedo, who is number 1. Wide receiver. So he gets 4 yards on the play.
Just an easy completion right there. One read. I'm not reading the whole defense. I'm throwing this swing route to my back no matter what. We got some blockers out in front. I'd like to call on the first play of the drive.
2nd and 5. Pass to the outside, and that is incomplete. So an incompletion. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Complete. On the defense for your Knights, Joy Hardman. Third and about 6.
3rd and about 6 on the play. There's a run by Shepard, and Shepard's going to keep it, and he's going to get to about the 26.
On the play.
There is a flag on the play, however. We'll see what this is about.
On the defense,
Hold.
Jason Mark. Holding Gales.
It's going to march them back to the 42. They have to get to the 26.
Third and about 16 for the Gales.
So 3rd and 16 on the play.
Archbishop Hoban got to be able to contain the quarterback here.
Another whistle. This time it's going to be timeout. Timeout called by Archbishop Hoban. First game of the season. They won 11 straight. They beat St. Francis of Hamburg, New York, 38-22 to win the state title. And this is a team that has a lot returning.
They do. They have a lot of seniors on this team, a lot of juniors that are, and a lot of guys that just have a lot of offers. You know, a very well-coached football team. And it all starts with number 3 in your screen right there, Johnny Shepard. I think they're going to have to try to isolate one side of the field for him. Defense is going to try to bring some pressure, try to create some havoc in the backfield. Got to make sure you keep eyes on number 3. He can beat you throwing the football, but also with his legs. So we'll see if they can get him out of the pocket here, create a scramble situation, try to pick up a huge first down. I think if they can get half, they'll go for it on 4th.
Here's a pass over the middle, little low and incomplete. Tried to get it to Mike Senatori, and what a play there by the D-back as you're looking at him in your screen, number 21. Just an outstanding play by Aiden Boykin. An outstanding player.
You know, I like the aggressiveness from Archbishop Hoban on a 3rd and extra long situations. A lot of defenses, they try to play coverage, they try to play drop. And expect, you know, off soft zone coverage in 3rd and extra long. Archbishop Hoban says we're not going to do that. We're going to try to cause some havoc in the backfield, create a timing mismatch. I thought they did a really good job there executing on that 3rd and extra long.
is a kick. And fair catch is called and taken. So now it's going to be Iona Prep with the ball.
Burns punt.
Iaragovino was the man who made the fair catch. Dylan Iaragovino. So 1st and 10 for Johnny Shepard and company. Like we said, this team is on an 11-game winning streak from last year. They lost to a powerhouse, Don Bosco Prep out of New Jersey. They play them again, I believe, next week.
They 2 weeks from now, they play Don Bosco. That'll be a matchup.
So Shepard, who threw for 2,357 yards last year, 22 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions. Averaged just under 200 yards a game passing. And he's showing pass right now. Time runs out on him, and he's going to be brought down at the 23. What a play on defense. Tanner Mintz.
Contact number 9, Jordan Pritchard Sewell.
Also there was number 4, Jordan Pritchard Sewell, 6 foot 235. Big number 9 in, and that was a huge sack. That is the end of the first quarter. We go to the second quarter of play. It is Iona Prep 7, Archbishop Hoban 7 here on Flow Football.
Tonight's 7 o'clock game at Brecksville. The Knights defeated Battle Rock 4-3.
Seven to 7 to score. Iona Prep and Archbishop Hoban. A good one so far. Scott Galletti along with Brandon Dowdy. Amanda Byers, our producer director, and our crew here at Flow Football, doing a great job on a Saturday afternoon in Akron, Ohio. Big run to the left side, getting to the outside and getting out of bounds finally. Colin O'Garo, and O'Garo has shown off good speed, but he did a good job breaking there, Brandon.
Yes, he did a great job just pressing the heels of his offensive lineman, dictating where the cut was. That in that situation, it was a backside cut. Did a good job with his vision. Just a little glimpse of this kid's vision and explosiveness once he gets the ball. One cut down the field, huge first down.
First and 10 at the 42. Another run by O'Garo, who gets to about the 48. So gain of about 6 on the play, and O'Garo's starting to heat up. You can tell he's a durable back, as O'Garo 6'1", 210, so he's a load. Returning starter, Ivy League interest. Shepard, by the way, committed to Old Dominion. NYS CHSFL 2021 Player of the Year. All state, all county, all league, and you can see why, because of the way he runs the offensive show. His procedure called on Iona Prep. Second and 9 now, Brandon.
Second and 9 here. Look to try them try to get a Johnny Shepard out on the perimeter Seeing some zone soft coverage. As you can see, the bunch right there. Sometimes teams have a hard time identifying keys on the bunch. See if they can use that to their advantage.
Dangerous pass, flip to the outside, and Ogaro gets all the way to the 42 of Hoban.
Shepard's pass complete.
Flood the zone there.
On the play.
They just flood the zone there. 3 receivers at the top of the screen do a good job blocking on the perimeter, motioning their back off, creating 4 receivers, 4 threats to one side versus zone coverage. You just don't got enough guys. They have to match that with linebackers to try to adjust to that, or it's going to be there all day, especially if Hoban's going to be stuck in this zone coverage.
Ogaro again to the outside, and he'll get to about the 33.
Ogaro on the carry. Tackled by 25, Caleb Jones.
Caleb Jones on the stop, but not until another good game by Ogaro who's starting to feel it.
Offensive line getting into a tempo here in this game. In the run game, doing a good job of mixing up run and pass here on this drive.
2nd and 3, and another run. And guess who? This time it is a keeper by Shepard.
Shepard on the keeper. First contact, number 3, Ricky Williams.
Little speed option to the outside there. Johnny Shepard does a good job using his fake to fake that pitch out there and creating a seam for himself. One cut, picking up a good first down. Back in that zone coverage, Scott, you can see at the top of the screen there are only two defenders for Archbishop Hoban on the right side, 3 offensive guys on the right side, so they take advantage.
Little give and squirting through is another running back who's back there. As that is number 28, and number 28 is Brennan Presley. Presley, 5'10", 185. He's just a freshman. Not bad, a state title team using a freshman.
You're not kidding. Credit to their coaching staff, just having these guys prepared to play no matter where they are, freshman or senior.
Gain of 4 on the play. This is a keeper by the quarterback Shepard. He is snuffed out nicely, as that was a good play by Tyson Campbell, 5'11", 170, a junior. Campbell getting the job done there.
Campbell does a good job not giving up on that play on the backside, creates some havoc. I actually think that's the first mistake we've seen from Shepard in this game. I think that was a give read all the way. He's reading the end man on line of scrimmage. End man on the scrimmage really didn't do anything. He had to go around him getting negative yards. I think that's a give all the way. Look for cover 2 here. There might be bluffing.
Third and 8. Another keeper, and being hit and hit quickly was the quarterback. Good defensive play there this time by Caleb Jones, 5'9", 182.
25, Caleb Jones on the defense.
With that call, you would suspect they'd be going for it on 4th down, as they are. You know, run game, run, trying to get half, making it a 4th and manageable.
Caleb Jones coming up with a nice play. There's a little flip in the backfield, double pass. It's going to go down the left side towards the end zone. That's going to be picked off at the goal line. And running it back here is Xavier Williams, and Williams all the way out near the 40. That worked out better than a punt, Brandon.
Wow. Try to do a little trickery in the backfield with the double pass. They got a little pressure into the non-quarterback's throwing angle there, causing that pass. I think he had him beat. I thought it was a great call. He had him beat, just the timing of it in the red zone makes that a little hairy situation. I think that play is good from like 30 to 40 yard pass on your plus side of the football field, just giving you some extra room there. I think with the short field that caused that timing to be just a little bit off on that throw. Great play by Archbishop Hoban, taking advantage of the miscue.
Long now back at quarterback. Sperling the lone setback, and he gets the carry. Straight ahead running, backs his way across the 40 to the 43. I like the way that he just keeps moving.
Yeah, he just keeps moving forward. Good backs. We've been talking about it. We've had ample of good backs. Haynes, that's going to Alabama for Buford. We saw a couple weeks ago. He was the same way. Just finishes runs forward. The good backs do that. One cut backs. If you start dancing in the backfield a little bit too much, that's where you can get yourself in trouble and get some negative plays. But Sperling's been really effective here. One cut and getting down the field.
2nd and 6 at the 43. Sperling again. This time they catch him. A late flag is thrown, but good play by the defense. Is helping out there was Kieran O'Connelly, number 6, a senior, 6', 195. Is going to go against Archbishop Hoban. The thing I like about this game so far, Brandon, and the question is who's going to wear down who first, is both offensive and defensive lines are stout, they're physical, and this is a matchup.
Yes, it is. It's a great matchup up front. The team that can win that matchup, we said it from the beginning, is going to win this football game. So far, and first 2 drives for each team, offense has won. Since then, defense has really taken advantage and winning the up front battle.
2nd and we'll call it 15 at the 33. They had a little issue with the clock. They restarted. 6:05 counting down will be the time on the clock.
For blitz here.
And in motion from the bottom to the top. There's a little pass, and that's going to be incomplete.
Long's pass incomplete.
So incomplete for Long.
Something to think about here, Scott. You saw that motion on that last snap. They actually manned a guy on the defensive side and followed him to create. They tried to create a 4 receivers set on one side. They matched him on that one side. If we look at the back of and the bottom of the screen here, you're going to have one-on-one matchup corner and wide receivers here. They can take advantage of that matchup here at the bottom of the screen.
Long showing pass. Long running out of time, and he's going to be double sacked right there. Capri Martin, number 0, and number 7, Christian Napolitano, both got him.
Iona Prep defense really answering the call here after that first drive. Doing a really good job being aggressive and just winning the battle up front.
Ryan Burns into punt. Deep for the Gales, Ethan Avicino. And number 7, Christian
So a sack.
Napolitano.
Fair catch is called at the 38, and that's where Iona Prep will take over 1st and 10 as you look at the receiver, Capri Martin. Check that's Ethan Acevedo, number 1. He's also the guy who threw the interception, so get him back on the field and have him make a catch.
Absolutely. I was blessed enough to play with a guy named Jarvis Landry in Miami when I was with him, and when he wasn't getting the touches on the offensive side of the ball, he became our punt returner. He would say, "Hey, I'm going to start returning punts." Our real returner was a kid named Jakeem Grant, who's actually still in the league right now. But Jakeem would go out there. He was a rookie and 2nd-year guy, but when Jarvis wasn't getting his touches, it was just a confidence factor. He just wanted to feel the football. If he wasn't, being effective on the offensive side, same principle there. Just trying to get the kid the ball in his hand, just to let him feel it and say, it's almost like a father telling his little kid, everything's going to be okay, baby. We're going to be all right.
Well, we talked about the team that you're looking at right now, Iona Prep, winning 11 straight games. They won the state championship in New York, beating St. Francis of Hamburg 38-22 on November 27th. But Archbishop Hoban, 12-4 last year, lost to Winton Wood of Cincinnati in the OHSAA Division 11 title game, or Division II title game, excuse me. And they've beaten Clarkson North 44-20, Cathedral Prep 47-14. Runner-up last year, they won titles in 15, 16, 17, 19, and 20. Nice little run. Speaking of running, there's a run, and that's going to be for a loss, as running was Colin O'Garo, and he was stopped up in his tracks by Eli Lee, 6'1", 205, sophomore linebacker.
And 33, Eli Lee.
Both offenses just a little out of sync here from the first drive, their prospective first drives. Got to find a way to get rhythm here going on the offensive side of the ball.
They roll it, no gain, so 2nd and 10 at the 38. Back to pass, little flip, and that will go to Acevedo, the man who caught the punt, threw the interception. Now he gets a reception, and he will gain 5 on that play. So another confidence builder.
Confidence builder for not only him, but his quarterback as well, who hasn't had completion in a while. That's the way to do it. Get him in rhythm, get him a little short yard completion. 3rd and manageable now. You can run the ball or throw it if you need to.
So gain of 6 on the play.
We'll blitz 0 here. See if they have a counter for it. Looks like they're not checking the checker with the check with me. See if they can get a good explosive play here. Getting Shepard on the perimeter.
Big time run as this is O'Garo getting to the outside, and they're not going to catch him for a while as Colin O'Garo. O'Garo on the run.
That run good enough for Gales. First down.
1st and 10 for the Gales inside the Knights territory.
That explosive play was set up by the play previous to it. Little completion by Shepard there. Defense thinking pass all the way. Not so fast on a run. Good job getting explosive in the run game.
16 yards on the play. There's a little shovel pass, dangerous with 2 guys coming right at him. And unfortunately, O'Garo not going anywhere. You're looking at the lead guy on the tackle, Tyson Campbell, number 1. Devin Bell was also there, number 5. But the lead tackler, Tyson Campbell.
Iona Prep needs to put this in the back of their mind from an offensive. Standpoint. There's a lot of these 2nd and 3rd level players making plays in the backfield. Maybe setting something up for a short second, more of a manageable situation, 2nd and 7 to 8 to 10. First down, taking some shots over top.
Little pass goes to the outside. That's going to get good yardage. And that, once again, is the running back out of the backfield, O'Garo.
On the defense 10, Tylen Boykin.
Tyson Campbell, one of the guys on the stop. See what the flag is. They're marching Iona Prep backwards. I think everyone on Iona Prep thought that it was going to go against Archbishop Hoban, but it goes the other way.
Yeah, tough penalty there. Shepard did a good job of taking what the defense gives them. They tried to take a shot, not so fast, throw it to the running back. Get the same amount of yardage that you would on a shot play without the risk involved. Good job there. That's just a little glimpse of his understanding of this offense. He just seems like he's always in control. That's what I like most about Johnny Shepard. He's just always in control.
2nd and 25 at the 45. Under 2 minutes to play in a 7-7 tie. Archbishop Hoban and Iona Prep. Keeper on the outside. Shepard, and Shepard may be going. He is going to be at the 10, and he is in for a touchdown. How about that for speed?
Wow.
55 yards on a touchdown. Just when you think you've got them down, they do that.
no emotion, like he's been there before. I love it. Good job by Johnny Shepard just saying, hey, I'm going to put the team on my back and create a play when there's not a play to be created. Big play with 1:29 left in this half. Big touchdown. They'll get the ball back in the second half. Actually, they're going to kick the ball off, so they're actually at an advantage here winning that drive. Great job. There was really a no situation for that quarterback. They were just trying to punt that ball away. He says, no way, I'm going to take this on my own. Get out in space. Just a little glimpse of his athleticism. If he can get this kid out in space, he can make some guys miss and create explosive plays in the run game.
Sam Bassesi with the kick. That makes it 14-7. We knew this was going to be a good matchup, and I knew it when I talked with both head coaches. Joseph Spagnuolo for Iona Prep was excited about this, but Tim Tyrrell, in his 21st year of coaching, 10th at Archbishop Hoban, comes in with a 102-18 mark at Hoban, 167 and 69 overall. But he told me, Brandon, that it was a situation. He gets a phone call from Joseph Spagnuolo. They were looking for a game out of state, and they didn't care where it was. They wanted to play in Ohio. And Coach Spagnuolo, actually Coach Tyrrell, told me that, he knows he has a good team if he wants to come way out of state to Ohio to play. So we know it's going to be a tough game, and so far it is.
It is. Both teams have answered the bell here. Iona Prep having some first game miscues on the offensive side of the ball, but just finding a way to battle back from adversity and getting a huge score there before half. Scott, you kind of talked about it there, but a lot of these top-tier teams in their states, they can't find other teams in the state to play, so they go out of state to try to play these big games and play other big teams. This is really good for the viewers.
Kickoff return gets to about the 25-yard line, and that is where Archbishop Hoban will take over 1st and 10, as running that ball back was Lamar Sperling. Is there anything this guy doesn't do?
I think he's going to be in the booth at halftime calling plays. He does it all.
The only thing he hasn't done yet is Wildcat.
Yeah, he's it looks like he's the trainer, coach. He probably works him out in the offseason. This kid is dynamic, does it all. He's all over the field.
And when you have a guy who's run for over 600 yards in 2 weeks, I guess he can do it all. Pass left side is low and incomplete.
Long's pass intended for 22. Parker Falkenstein, incomplete.
Tried to get to Falkenstein. Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 26. Sperling gets by one man, almost got by another, gets to the 33. Good gain of 7 by Sperling.
On the defense, number 12, Walden Terrence.
Back-to-back incompletions, by the way, for Long. Tries again right side, and that's a dangerous pass, but it's a catch at the 42. Caught by Hardman.
Great catch there by Hardman in traffic. Not an easy ball. He just wanted it a little bit more than the defender did.
And reception good enough for another Knights first down.
1st and 10 at the 42 now. Look at that, bumping off of the defense, breaking to the outside, and that's going to be another good run. And Sperling, he's so durable at 186, 5'10". He's a bowling ball, but he bounces right off the defense and gets to the outside and utilizes that lightning speed.
Sperling is a advantage 2-minute offense. You can call a run play and get an explosive. They snapped that ball with 28 seconds left in the half. just give it to the running back, and he can just create just havoc for a defense just to keep on your toes. That's just a big advantage for an offense.
17 yards unofficially puts him over 100 already. And showing pass is the quarterback long. He's going to throw a pass, and that's a completion as he gets it to Jay Grable. And Jay Grable on a good catch and run.
Great catch. Good job by Long, extending the play with his feet. Like I said before, another key to this game is containing these quarterbacks. Both are very dynamic once they leave the pocket. Just a glimpse right there. Long does a good job extending that play and getting a big completion there.
Gain of 15 on the play. Long straight back, not being rushed. He's got time. He throws it over the middle. End zone touchdown. Nice catch by Jalen Hightower. 29 yards.
Great job right there. Well executed football drive. Sperling Long's going to get the credit, but Sperling set him up. Long does a great job identifying the weakness in the cover 4. That's at the middle of the field. They want to match coverage up the middle of the field, and with no help, speed kills. Great ball by Long there. What an answer for Archbishop Hoban, and they're going to get the ball back to start the half. Big drive.
Yeah, and it comes with 6 seconds on the game clock, Brandon.
Wow, what a drive. What a well-executed drive. They got a gift there with a big run by Sperling, the 17-yard rush to put him over 100. He actually was caught in the backfield, just used his athletic ability, his vision, and his speed to get to the outside to create a big explosive play out of nothing to put them, again, Scott, we talked about it, having Sperling in the backfield on a 2-minute drive just gives the defense another aspect. They have to think, okay, they can run the ball. They're not in a pass-only situation. When you have a back like Sperling, you give him the ball early and often, and he just makes a huge play, but capped off by a huge throw by Long there right down the middle of the field.
14 all, 6 seconds to play. Big question is what's going to happen here on the kickoff return. Not a lot of time. Might be the last play of the half. Squib kick, bounces, and this will be the last play as breaking to the outside on the return. Pretty good run back by number 4, Adonde Nardi. But that ends the first half of play. Very entertaining football here in Akron, Ohio. Archbishop Hoban 14, Iona Prep 14. You're watching high school football on Flow Football.
Center field as our president, Chris DeMauro from the class of 1999, and Kristen Robinson from our alumni department get us organized. For sake of time, I am going to start with our first recipient. Our first award winner tonight, this afternoon, is our Hoban Night Award winner, recipient Lucille Esposito. If Lucille can step out and raise her hand, there she is. Lucille's distinguished career in education includes teaching at the elementary, high school, and university levels. and administrative service as an interim and assistant superintendent. Lucille's numerous honors in education include Teacher of the Year recognition at Maple Heights and the Golden Apple Award at Ashland University. Lucille is a Jennings Scholar, and together with her husband Ralph, received the Drum Award for advancement of Catholic campus ministry at Kent State University. Lucille is the past board chair of Girls on the Run Northeast Ohio and is an active community volunteer and committee member. She is currently the EIG program manager of the GAR Foundation of Summit County. She and her husband are the grandparents of Hoban alum Anthony, class of 13, Joseph, class of 20, and Olivia, a current senior, class of 23, along with Maria DeMoro. Ladies and gentlemen, a true Hoban Knight. How about a hand for Lucille Esposito, our Hoban Knight Award winner. Another Hoban Knight Award winner is recipient Mary McIntyre, class of 1977. A member of the first Hoban class of co-ed graduates, Mary's love for and service to the school is stronger than ever. A mainstay at numerous night sporting events, both home and away, rain or shine, Mary could just easily be bestowed with the ultimate Hoban Superfan Award. Mary's fond memories of her time at Hoban include mini-course week and photography class with Brother Donard, as well as participating in Death of a Salesman theatrical performances. For decades, Mary has served Hoban through volunteer work on numerous committee and events, such as the Booster Club and the Alumni Association. If you've ever purchased a 50-50 raffle ticket at Hoban in the last 30 years, chances are you've met Mary McIntyre. If you've been to any Hoban contest in the last 30 years, you've seen Mary McIntyre. Ladies and gentlemen, she bleeds blue and gold. Mary McIntyre, Hoban Knight Award recipient, class of 1977. And it would only be appropriate that her sister, Patty McIntyre, class of 1978, also will receive the Hoban Knight Award. Like Mary, Patty has been a recognizable fixture at Hoban events, sporting events, or otherwise, for decades. A loyal servant to her alma mater through her volunteer efforts in the Booster Club, the Alumni Association, and countless committees, campaigns, and events, Patty continues to be one of Hoban's greatest supporters. A 1982 graduate of Walsh College, Patty has worked in the 9th District and 6th District Court of Appeals, often seen as a symbiotic soul with her sister. At games and Hoban events, Patty has been one of the most loyal Hoban fans we have known. She is currently a partner in the finance division of Buckingham, Doolittle, and Burroughs, the law firm. Ladies and gentlemen, Patty McIntyre from the class of 1978, our Hoban Knight Award winner. And now we move on to our Friend of Hoban Award recipient, Marilyn Stripe. A longtime community and school volunteer in the Akron area well before her time at Hoban, Marilyn had a lasting impact on Hoban students, staff, alumni, families, and friends through her numerous roles at the school. Marilyn first served Hoban as a volunteer with the student raffle and extravaganza. She joined the Mothers Club, later known as the Hoban Parents Club, as treasurer before being offered the staff position of extravaganza director and coordinator of the student raffle. In addition to the coordination and execution of annual record-breaking Hoban extravaganza events, Mama Stripe, as she became known in Hoban circles, had many jobs, including the coordination of alumni golf outings, academic and chivalrous night luncheons, the cheerleader advisor job, come home to Hoban weekend events, distinguished alumni events, Hall of Fame dinners, graduation, bookstore, main office, reverse raffle, you name it, she did it. Marilyn and her late husband Glenn saw two boys, Scott 98 and Brett 01, graduate from Hoban. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very proud to name Marilyn Stripe a Friend of Hoban Award recipient this year. Our second Friend of Hoban Award recipient is Mary Ann DeCenzo. If you've ever read a Hoban Highlight publication, visited the renovated Holy Cross Room, received good news about Hoban, its Holy Cross values, or simply clicked on the Hoban website, then you have been impacted by the talents of Mary Ann DeCenzo and her decades-long dedication to Archbishop Hoban High School, its students, alumni, friends, families, and employees. Mary Ann's numerous roles in the Hoban Advancement Office included the creation, writing, designing, and production of over 40 Hoban Highlights magazines, 15 annual reports, countless admissions brochures, advertisements, postcards, banners, artwork, and the creation of the Hoban website, along with multiple redesigns of the Hoban website. Mary Ann often served as the school's de facto photographer, committed to showcasing the school and its students. Her enduring contributions to the school were endless, as was her commitment to keeping the Holy Cross values at the center of her life work. Mary Ann and her husband Chris are the parents of 4 Hoban graduates: Matt from the class of '96, Teresa '98, Brian 2000, and Emily '04. Ladies and gentlemen, a Friend of Hoban Award recipient, Mary Ann DeCenzo. And our Distinguished Alumni Award recipient this year will be Patricia Braylick Warco, Patty Warco, class of 1977. As the youngest of 8 children, Patty Braylick Warco has always shown a fierce courage and resilience to speak up and lead throughout her life. It is no wonder she has such abundant energy, work ethic, perseverance, and determination. As a student at Hoban, Patty participated in the school's first girls volleyball, gymnastics, and track teams. Those leadership qualities earned in these endeavors have consistently served Patty throughout her own life, and has also given her strength to be a champion and an advocate for others. A member of the class of '77, a former Hoban parent, and a current board member, Patty is a core instrumental member of the Hoban community. Her son David graduated in 2005 as Hoban's valedictorian, and she has served on the Summa Foundation after recently retiring from the Warco Construction Company in July of 2020. A voice for others when they did not have one, and a pivotal member of our board, Patty has spent her career working in male-dominated arenas, yet paving the way for other women, and doing so with class and graceful leadership. Our distinguished alumni recipient, Patty Braylick Warco, class of 1977. How about a hand for all of our award recipients? They will be honored tomorrow at noon at Firestone Country Club. Special thanks to the Hoban staff and leadership team that put this together. Our halftime show will continue as Hoban Cheer and Dance perform. Special thanks to Laura Jo Hall, Kristen Robinson, Vicky Zengali, Melanie White, and Mr. DeMauro down on the field. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but the maintenance staff and all who put this together, Danielle Howe as well. Thank you. Next up, Hoban Cheer and Dance. Under the direction of head coach Brooke Baker. Give it up for your Archbishop Hoban Cheer team. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hoban cheer team. How about a hand? Great job, ladies. Next up, it's our Hoban dance team known as HDT under the direction of head coach Aaron Smith.
Welcome back here to Arch-Hoban High School in Akron, Ohio. Archbishop Hoban Knights 14, Iona Prep Gales 14. Scott Galletti along with Brandon Dowdy, former quarterback at Western Kentucky University, and a good one. Led the nation in passing a couple of years. And we are seeing a great bit of balance on both teams offensively, Brandon. And right now we've seen one team throw a punch, another team throw a counter, and it came down to 6 seconds. Hoban getting a touchdown. Big pass play, 29 yards. Jackson getting it to his receiver.
Yeah, you know exactly what you said. They're doing a good job of answering each other's offensive schemes. You know, Archbishop Hoban got up to that huge start with the busted cover to start this game, but Iona Prep got into a big play, but Archbishop Hoban had an answer, just like that last drive where they had a third and extra long. Johnny Shepard just runs to the outside, beats everybody, gets a huge play, thinking momentum's going to be swinging in their side. Not so fast. Archbishop Hoban does a great job executing. I think, you know, both of these teams have to build on great drives that ended their first half, see what their adjustments are from a defense and offensive perspective. The person that can execute, the team that can execute at a higher level has the best chance of winning this football game here in the second half.
Unofficial stats in the first half of play. 6 of 8 was Ja'Kai Long. And Long with unofficially 64 yards passing. Might be a yard or two off here, but it was the touchdown catcher Hightower. 29 yards on that touchdown, 64 yards on the day on 2 catches. And of course, the running back having himself a day, Lamar Sperling, unofficially 7 carries, 105 yards. It's almost an off day for him, huh?
Yeah, I expect those carries to go up dramatically here in the second half. He's done a good job in the pass game as well, catching a couple balls in the flat and making guys miss an open field, but just a dynamic player. I've been just really impressed with his versatility on the offensive side of the ball. So I think they're going to try to get him the ball, you know, create opportunities for him in space in the pass game, and also, you know, he's going to get his carries.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other side of the coin, it was Johnny Shepard. He was 3 of 7, 95 yards. And his running back getting a lot of carries here today, Colin O'Garo with 8 carries, 36 yards. It always comes down to adjustments, Brandon, and you know, last week it was a close game for Archbishop Hoban, and they turned that close game into a rout. And I'm sure last year Iona Prep did that to a lot of teams, winning 11 straight after losing their opener. So who knows what we're going to get here in the second half, but I'm expecting a good one.
Absolutely. If it was anything like the first half, we're back at 0-0. And I think that's going to be the message in both sidelines and both half times is, hey, this is a 0-0 football game. We're re-kicking to start this game. Whoever wins this half is going to win this football game.
No, I agree with that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So it was 7-7 at the half last week against Cathedral Prep out of Pennsylvania. And they came out on all cylinders, did Archbishop Hoban. And they ended up winning that ball game by a score of 47-14. It's going to come down to whose defense can stop the other, and of course whose offense can score. And both these teams showing off the ability to score. So they're in the warm-up phase, as they always get the extra 3 minutes on the clock to warm up before we start off things. Shepard, a 75-yard touchdown run, we'll call it. 11:35 to play. He was, of course, one of the players to watch. And Iona Prep, a Johnny Shepard 55-yard touchdown run to make it 14-7. Then that 29-yard pass, and that was Ja'Kai Long to Jalen Hightower to tie the game at 14.
You know, Scott, as I'm just kind of prepping for this second half, I think the major adjustments that I think need to be made from my angle is, you know, for Archbishop Hoban, they're going to have to find ways to get easy completions for Long in their pass game to set up the explosive plays, maybe some perimeter throws that have some counter shot plays off of them. I think they have some space in the defense, especially if, you know, Iona Prep keeps trying to play this zone coverage. On the opposite side, Iona Prep, they have to find ways to get Johnny Shepard outside of the pocket on the perimeter, cutting the field off in half from him so that he's able to be decisive in the run game, putting his foot in the dirt, picking up first downs, or throwing the ball when the defense presents itself to get an explosive play in the pass game. So we'll see if these adjustments from the halftime talks wake up these teams on the offensive side of the ball, but just building off the momentum. I think that's what they're going to have to do.
We'll see who's back to receive the kick here, as we are just about set to go. Second half action, and the kickoff will go deep into the end zone, so no reception needed there. It'll be 1st and 10 for Archbishop Hoban. Quarterback Ja'Kai Long, Lamar Sperling, the big running back. Falkenstein, number 22, one of the receivers, along with Jay Crable, number 2. Josh Greer, also a running back and tight end and receiver. Do it all. Will Satterwhite, the center. Nate Cross and Drew Holt, the guards. Zardakar Zaramo is one of the tackles. Keon Johnson, also a tackle.
1st and 10 for you on Knights. Ja'Kai Long at quarterback.
So 1st and 10, Long hands it off, and bouncing off a tackler is Sperling. And Sperling won't get much on that exchange as he is gobbled up by the defense.
First snap, Iona Prep plays press coverage on the outside. That might be their adjustment, not giving easy access throws to their quarterback.
No gain on a play for Sperling. Good defense by Iona Prep. Motion man goes from right to left. Here's a pass along the right side. Hightower makes the catch, gets along the sideline, gets across the 35 and up near the 40. Gain of about 20 yards on the play for the guy who caught the touchdown at the end of the first half, Hightower.
There you go, Scott. Easy completion there. They did a 2x2, motioned the slot guy from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen, creating a one-on-one matchup. Doing a good job winning the one-on-one matchups and creating an easy throw for Long there.
Sperling on the handoff, and he's going to be gobbled up by that big front line. Gains a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9. But the defense almost looks like they're just selling out to the running back Sperling as you look at one of the Iona Prep players being shaken up a bit. That was Christian Napolitano, number 7. But a big 20-yard gain. Up to 84 yards passing for Long. So they're almost 200 yards total offense, Brandon. And they're doing it almost when you think it's primarily rushing. The pass game heats up, so it's almost 50-50. I'd say it's 60-40 so far.
Yeah, they've done a good job mixing in, sprinkling in pass, not allowing this defense to tee off on Sperling. So we'll see if they can keep that creativity. That the key is going to have to be able to get pass plays off their favorite runs. If they can do that, they can create explosive plays in the run game, and Long's shown that he can make every throw in this game.
Napolitano being greeted by teammates as he got off the field on his own power. Got a feeling he will be back. Second, we'll call it 10. Well, 2nd and 9, we'll call it, at the 41. Ball across the 40, so 2nd and 9. Sperling tries to break off the right side and does, gets to the sideline, and he's out of bounds at around the 47-48. Escorted out of bounds finally by Terrence Walden. Not until another good run.
Great run.
He's outstanding when it comes to either navigating or just bouncing off that first tackle.
Yeah, he does a great job, just so patient to the hole. Reads his blocks, and then he gets to the perimeter, but Iona Prep's not doing a good job of being gap scheme in their run attack from a defensive perspective.
Sperling again just bursts through a hole and gets to the 46. Gain of 8 on the play. A gain of 6 on the play. So he's at unofficially 120 yards rushing now on 11 carries. Just keeps going forward. Keeps helping out his team, obviously. One of the best in Ohio, led the state in total yards a year ago. Commit to Buffalo. 24 carries, over 400 yards in week 1. 175 yards on 18 carries last week. He's on his way here, and there he goes again. He's on his way to the house. One man to beat. They're not going to get him. He's in for a touchdown. 48 yards, Lamar Sperling.
Lamar Sperling showing all his bag of tricks on that drive. All him on that one. Just great vision. And that explosiveness, that speed, it cannot be coached. His second level, third level speed is unbelievable. You can see the DB had the angle on that play. Sperling just too fast. Someone's going to get a steal with this kid at the college level.
And right now it's looking like Buffalo. At this day and age, who knows? Is the point after is good. And 9:38 to go in the third quarter. Back-to-back touchdowns by Archbishop Hoban. They tied the game with 6 seconds to go in the half, and they take the lead 21-14 early here in the second half. I mean, there's a lot of superlatives that you could say about Sperling, but the fact that he can bounce off of tacklers, he's hard to bring down, and then on a couple of plays, including that last touchdown, Brandon, we saw the lights-out speed.
And he's got breakaway speed. He just shows his dynamic ability there. Just multiple different run schemes. He just excels in all of them. We said it from the opener. This Archbishop Hoban team goes as he does, and he has been efficient and effective in this one.
Well, if they go as he does, they're going. They're leading 21-14, and now it's up to Iona Prep to answer.
31, Ryan Burns, teeing up.
As Arch. Ivy League interest, a senior returning starter O'Garo. 3rd and 6. A flip pass, and that is going to be incomplete. Intended for O'Garo. Got to the outside. Good defensive play by Caleb Jones, number 25, who did a good job of knocking that down.
25, Caleb Jones.
You know, Scott, I really like that defensive series for Archbishop Hoban there, just being aggressive, not giving him much free access and playing the ball, doing a good job of just playing 11-man football in that series.
Fair catch made around the 15-yard line.
Very impressive.
So Lamar Sperling makes it a 2-score lead for Archbishop Hoban now. This one coming with 6:45. You notice a theme. They're scoring quickly when they take over the ball.
Yes, they are. Adjustments in the favor of Archbishop Hoban here early in this second half. Obviously, I like the creativity in the run game. We said that they're going to have to find ways to get creative runs for Sperling, and he has been the workhorse and been as presented from his coaching staff. High praise for that kid.
Unofficially, 13 carries, 254 yards. Are you impressed yet?
Just another day in the office.
Well, he's midway from the 401, a little over midway, and what he had last week at 176. Just a fun player to watch. Ball goes out of bounds. That is where Iona Prep will take over, 1st and 10. Mishandling that ball was Jaden Codrington. Codrington couldn't do anything with it. It went backwards, and now 1st and 10 for Iona Prep. Defending New York State champions. Ajani Shepard, the quarterback. O'Garo, the running back. He pounds forward, gets about 3 on the play. after the left side of the line. Eli Lee, number 33, one of the guys in the pile. Second and 6. Faking everyone out, and now running with the Shepard, and he's going to slide. He gets to about the 38. It's a gain of 19 yards for Shepard.
Trying to take a shot down the field there in a vertical passing scheme. Shepard says you want to play match coverage. In man coverage, you don't have anybody for the quarterback. He does a good job putting his foot in the dirt, getting an explosive run.
Little pass on the right side. A couple of guys were there. Uragano on the reception.
Second and about 7.
Gain of 3 on the play. Here's Shepard being rushed. He gets to the outside. He's going to run himself again. He gets inside midfield, stays in bounds, and we'll see where they mark him. That was a good run.
Great run by Shepard there, being decisive again. They need to think about, Archbishop Hoban needs to think about putting a player on him to spy him. And just follow the quarterback with their eyes. Have a whole player inside just with their eyes. All their responsibility is to the eyes on the quarterback, because if this kid leaves the pocket, he is explosive.
Gain of 18 on the play this time. First and 10 at the 41. Short run on the keeper this time by Shepard. I guess when you feel it, Brandon, you were a passing quarterback, but when you feel it, you say, hey, I'm going to run again. Or do you?
He's in a good rhythm right now. I think he's seeing blocks really well. He's has a good feel for the game. He's playing like a senior, not forcing the ball, not having those turnovers. I can really end this game, so he's doing a good job on this drive.
Little pass. That is a catch. Mike Senatori. A good job of snuffing out that play by Cartier Williams, 5'8", 185, a junior.
Williams did a good job identifying screen was being called. They had a pressure situation. They had a play if they block it up. But Williams did a good job just stuffing his nose in there, making a big open field tackle.
There's a rush, and the ball came loose. Do they say it's free? It looks like they did, and this is going to be a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Wow.
Cartier Williams.
Wow. Can't do that. Tried to make, Shepard just tried to put the team on his back and make a play when there wasn't a play to be made, but Archbishop Hoban does a good job just sending the house on him, causing some confusion in the backfield. Just big turnover in this game. They're just being outplayed here in the second half.
Point after about to be attempted. No good on the point after. So back-to-back misses. It's 33-14. Archbishop Hoban has turned a 14-all tie at the half into a 33-14 lead. And just like that, Brandon, 4:04 to play. We haven't even played 8 minutes.
Yeah, they have the only miscue they've had was on the blocked extra point in the second half. They have been efficient on both sides of the football, offense and defense, causing some disruption. You know, the sad part for Iona Prep is they had a great drive going, just got into a situation where they were behind the chains, third and extra long, and caused a huge turnover. Got to protect the football down in football games, especially in the second half.
The kickoff forthcoming for Archbishop Hoban. Reached the championship game a year ago, taking on one of the champions of New York. Run back gets to about the 33, and that is where Iona Prep will retake over, this time down big.
You know, Scott, I don't know about you, but it feels like this needs to be a must-score situation, maybe a fourth and go. You get 4 downs to pick up first downs, but this seems like a lot of momentum on the Archbishop Hoban sideline right now. Fans are into it. You know, they got to just start chipping away at this quickly, because you just know on the opposite side of the ball, if Archbishop Hoban gets this ball back, you're going to see a lot of spurling, and that's going to condense this game and shorten this game for them. So they're not going to have many opportunities in the second half if they want to chip away at this lead.
No, that's a great point in terms of that, and there's another big sack, and that is going to go down to the 24-yard line. Number 1 and number 5 right there, Tyson Campbell, the main guy on the stop, along with Devin Bell.
Just winning the battle up front right now is Archbishop Hoban. Last 2 snaps, they're just winning their individual matchups, one-on-one matchups.
Loss of 8.
Second and about 18 for the Gaels.
Second and 18. Run play, not going for anything. So now they're keying up on O'Garo. So O'Garo on the carry, and big number 77 on the tackle right there. Or 99, excuse me. Grant Thompson, 6'1", 235, a senior.
Another third and extra long for Iona Prep here. See if Shepard can try to use his legs and get outside the pocket.
Bad snap, and still loose. It goes towards the end zone. They're going to mark him at the 1, it looks like. Wow, that was close to a safety. And once again, number 5, Devin Bell, made that play happen. He's been active and active big time. Ex-linebacker that was moved in to the front because he can run so well. We've seen him cover a great portion of the field, Brandon.
He's got a good mix of agility and strength. He's put on some size from last year, just causing havoc in this backfield all game long. He's a good player.
Punt out of the end zone. It's being returned, and a nice return at that by Tyson Campbell, and Campbell into the end zone for 6. Man, don't blink.
Wow. Wow.
What a run back. Looked like a simple play
back.
that, maybe he was hoping to get 10, 15 yards, and he just kept on going.
His first opportunity really to receive a punt with a little bit of space. Looks like the kicker just out-kicked his coverage on that one. Wow, what a great individual effort.
And the kick is up and good this time, so after a block and a miss, it's now 40-14 as the kick was good by Ryan Burns. What a turnaround. It was 14-14 at the beginning of this quarter. 26 points already.
Invitational at Portage Country Club. The Knights won the late invitational last week. The team scored
The late viewers to our broadcast here, who's tuned in for the first half, they're looking at that scoreboard thinking, holy smokes, what just happened?
Yeah, we had a close game, but the team from Akron, Ohio, who was the runner-up in Ohio last year, just turning on the steam. And Iona Prep, who won the New York State Championship a year ago, is stunned. This is exactly what they did last week in their game against Pennsylvania Cathedral Prep. It was knotted up at 7 last week at the half. And they came back and won that game big.
You know, Scott, adjustments are the keys. Coaches that make good adjustments are the ones that usually the veteran coaches. Archbishop Hoban's got a veteran head coach. He knows this ain't his first rodeo, and he's made some great adjustments here in the second half.
Yeah, 10th year at Hoban we were talking about. 21st year of coaching. 167 and 69 overall. 102 and just 18 at Archbishop Hoban. Look at number 33, Alex Trulson, the man who ran that ball back. Minute 33 to go in the third.
You know, Scott, you can learn a lot about your team, especially as the favorite coming into this game. Just what kind of team are we going to be moving forward here, trying to build some blocks on the offensive side of the ball.
Being rushed is Shepard. Shepard is tripped down. That was a good leg tackle made there by Nick Crawford, number 20. Crawford 5'9", 236, just a sophomore, but came over and made that big play.
flag on the play. Holding against the Knights.
Looks like defensive holding against the Knights. Minute 13 to go on the game clock here in the third quarter. Scott Coletti along with Brandon Dowdy, former quarterback at Western Kentucky University. Here on Flow Football. Hate to say it, Brandon, Iona Prep looking for the license number of that bus that just ran them over.
Yes, they are. You know, they got to find a rhythm. They got to find an identity. Talking to coaches earlier in this week, you know, they stress that they got to find an identity, find some consistency, and you've seen that right here, just inconsistent play. I really think it's a product of one team playing their opening game through the season, not really knowing who their guys are and who the guys are when the lights come on, compared to a team that's in their third week of prep. So for Iona Prep, you know, you're just going to have to find some stacking blocks here to build on here. You don't want to lose complete control of this game. You just got to find some rhythm on offense. I think Shepard's looking at the rush a little bit too much. Early in the game, he was very comfortable seeing defenses. I think he's, you know, the pressure of Archbishop Hoban has gotten to his head a little bit. He's got to lock in and find guys down the field. Stop holding that ball for so long, creating some stress for his offensive line.
First and short, 1st and 2 at the 48. Shepard passing, and that's incomplete.
An illegal man downfield here.
Flag on the play. 58. Daniel Paulette. Incomplete.
Shepard going to Old Dominion, was the player of the year in New York last year. NYSCHSFL 2021 player of the year. So you know they're going to be good. No flag was thrown here.
No flag on the play.
We mentioned Mike Senatore a couple of times, the only returning starter at wide receiver, a senior. 2nd and 2 at the 48. O'Garo tripped in the backfield. He'll go down. At the 47. Good stop there by number 33, Eli Lee again. Called his name a few times, Brandon. Really picking up. Jason Martin on the defense, the lone senior for Archbishop Hoban, 4-year starter, Naval Academy, West Point offers. Has never missed a game, and his coach was saying if they get to the state championship, he thinks he'll have the Ohio State record for most starts.
28, Brennan Presley on the carry.
Brennan Presley on the run. First and 10, 40-14. Coming to the end of the third quarter where it was 14-all at the halftime break. Little pass in the flat was completed. As that was caught by number 14, Michael Senatore, the young man that we just talked about. And we go to the fourth quarter. It is 40-14, Archbishop Hoban over Iona Prep. You're watching high school football on Flow Football. Second down, we'll call it 6 at the 46. We open up the third quarter of play. You see the score. It was 14-14 at the half, 26 points for Archbishop Hoban. That's a nice catch, as that will get to Acevedo. Bobbled the ball and is still loose. Who gets it? It looks like a rugby scrum, and it looks like Archbishop Hoban comes up with the ball, although Iona Prep says they have it. It's Hoban's ball. What a turn of events.
Wow. When it rains, it pours. I actually like the concept by Iona Prep there. Getting a Johnny Shepard outside the pocket there, allowing him to just find some space with that completion. Just unfortunately just didn't do a good job of ball security once he got it. So Archbishop Hoban is tackling the football, playing with purpose from the defensive perspective right now.
Ja'Kai Long still out there at quarterback.
Six to Kai Long under center.
Long under center. And there's the start of the show. Look at him breaking a tackle there, and he will get a first down out of nothing. It's all the way to the 31.
Chased out of bounds. Christian Apollonano.
We'll call it a gain of 11. Three backs in the backfield. And this is the one that's counted all day. He gains a couple on the play. Like you said, Brandon, it's now just down to him churning down the clock, 11:32 to play. But it's also a matter of you give him the ball, he can break it at any time.
Any moment. And they're doing a really good job. Archbishop Hoban is changing up these run schemes. You're seeing a lot of bigger personnel here in the second half. And Iona Prep just isn't really matching it, still playing nickel. That's probably a product of Shepherd's speed, being able to, but it's just causing some, you got big bodies on small bodies, and they're just moving these Iona Prep defenders at will right now in the second half.
Timeout is called. Archbishop Hoban, 40-14. The touchdowns here in this half have been early and often. I'll tell you what, it's just been one of those situations, Brandon, where you wonder what this team was going to do to assert itself, and didn't take long. His name is Lamar Sperling. His number's number 32.
Yeah, he's an impressive talent. He's going to get all the credit, but his offensive line has done a great job moving players to the point of attack, winning the line of scrimmage battle in the second half. They just really wore him out in the first half, but Sperling's ability to understand schemes and understand soft spots in the defense where he can find alleys to run the football, he's been just very impressive in his patience. He's taken the 2-3 yard rushes, and off those 2-3 yard rushes, he's getting major explosive plays in this offense. Well coached football team from Archbishop Hoban.
Second and 8. Caleb Jones on the run. Give him an opportunity here to get the ball. He gained 1. Sperling is no longer out there, so his day apparently over. All he did, 15 carries, unofficially 267 yards. Long, a quick pass to the outside. Catch made by Jordan McElroy, number 11.
Scott, I don't really understand Iona Prep's philosophy on defense. Early in this game, they had success pressing these receivers on the outside of the field, allowing Long to go over top, making Long try to throw the ball over top. Here, just a free access hitch route to the boundary on 3rd and 6, just one-on-one. Do a good job making a guy miss and picking up a big first down.
Caleb Jones on the carry. Gains about 5 on the play. No secret, they want this clock to go down. They don't need any points. They scored 26 in the third quarter to snap a 14 all tie. Good work by the defense to get Jones as ending up with the football, but I don't think it's going to count. Is Iona Prep's number 9, Rocco Patante. $8:37 to play here in the fourth quarter. 40-14, Archbishop Hoban over Iona Prep. Long holds on to it a little too long, And he will get to about the 20.
It's kind of long on the keeper.
You know, I know you don't like that, Brandon, the quarterback not getting rid of the ball, but the whole idea now is running down the clock, so I think he actually did a good job.
Yeah, I think that the emphasis is, especially in 4-minute offense, where you're trying to rush, you're trying to milk the clock as much as you can. You just got to protect the football when you do go down as a quarterback. The ball is number one. Did a good job there, just not taking a huge loss there, keeping his field goal in field goal range.
37-yard attempt. It is high, it is long, and it is good.
That was good from 50.
Ryan Burns, 37-yarder, comes with 7:30. What a foot.
He smoked that one.
We'd like to welcome back the members of the 2017 State
So Burns
Championship
with
team.
the
They are
field
here
goal.
today to celebrate the upcoming 5-year anniversary of
This
their
team
state
just has a lot of talent at all different spots. And, you know, it was very interesting, Brandon, that their head coach, Tim Tyrrell, said, well, we've played 2 games. We're 2-0. We're not a very good football team yet.
Nope.
A lot of work to do. And all they do is make adjustments at halftime, come out and put up 26 points and get another 3 here early in the fourth quarter after putting the game away in the third.
31 Ryan Burns teeing up for your Knights.
Puts a boot into that and gets into the end zone.
Into the end zone.
So Iona Prep will come out on offense. What do you think? Do they keep the starters in or go to the reserves?
I think they have to keep the starters in, but looks like he's going to go with the reserves and try to get some reps for his players. But I just feel like from an offensive standpoint, they needed to find a rhythm before you pull these guys, especially Johnny Shepard and the future of this team. So he's making the call to go with the backups, but I think you got to find a rhythm and an identity. You want to do that, you're not going to get live reps in practice like you are in a game.
Handoff goes back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. .28 on the carry. Brennan Presley, he's been in there already.
Quarterback for the Gales, 13, Levi Altshuler. 2nd and 10.
Levi Altshuler, number 13, the quarterback. Sophomore, 5'11", 170. Passes, that's knocked down nicely. Taking a little bow, if you will, was Tylen Boykin. Outstanding defender.
Tylen Boykin, incomplete.
A lot of these kids doing the seatbelt strap. I kind of like it. It's a little touch. I don't think I've ever seen that before. First time here at Archbishop Hoban pulling out the seatbelt strap.
Yeah, I figured that was something you'd like. Pressure now on the quarterback, and he's going to slide, and he will get to about the 33.
13, Levi Altshuler kept it.
So 4th down coming up.
We'll have
The
a winner for the
dominant
50-50
performance in the second half by Archbishop Hoban. 26 points in the third, 3 here in the fourth. We're midway through the fourth quarter. Punt is away. They're caught at the 40. Tyson Campbell, another fair catch to his name today. One of the things about Lamar Sperling, according to his coach, Tim Tyrrell, so he's got the size and he's got the style of an NFL-style tailback. Doesn't look like Derrick Henry, he said, but he's more like an everyday back in the NFL. Quick, fast, balanced, catches amazingly. Can line up in multiple positions. We saw just about everything out of him.
Yes, we did.
That run goes to the 41.
At quarterback for your Knights, 82, Caden Marks.
The Knights of Archbishop Hoban with the lead. There's another run to the outside as this is Tremaine Bailey, a junior running back, 5'6", 158, getting his second carry. See number 30 in your screen, Luke Myers on the stop.
And the stop for the Gales, Luke Myers, number 30. 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 on no gain. Unofficially 15 carries, 267 yards for Lamar Sperling.
Timeout, Hoban. Timeout. Once again, we'd like to welcome back the members of the
All he had, Brandon, was 4 touchdowns.
championship team. They're in attendance
He did it all. He did a good job. You know, just being patient in this game, taking the 3-4 yard rushes, and they led to explosive plays. A lot of those explosive plays, he was hitting the backfield, just make guys miss, and just found soft spots in that zone. I mean, he's an impressive player. You know, University of Buffalo is getting a kid that you can tell just understands the game of football, understands the blocking schemes. I think great running backs are you know, the quarterback's best friend for a reason. If you can set that up with a kid that just can run the ball so dynamically into looks that are not great, he can do that and just make guys miss, and that speed is uncoached.
Keeper by the quarterback, and that's not going to go anywhere. Good defensive play by number 42, the man in your picture, Victor Huttenot. But back to Sperling. The thing that I can see why he's being compared to an NFL running back, you know, a lot of running backs, you can run the ball in open field, but if you get hit a little too hard, you might go down like a sack of bricks. He was very proficient at just bouncing off of 1, 2, 3 tacklers at all times.
Yep, he did. He's one of those kids that has a really bright future. If he can stay healthy, they can keep him upright. This Archbishop Hoban team is very promising and should be a force in the state of Ohio.
Not a super huge kid, but he's durable. He's strong, and like I said, he absorbs the punishment. So this team's going to make another run at the title. They were in the finals last year. They won in 2020. They won in 15, 16, 17. Run back on the punt, and that will be down at the 18.
Taken by 20, Nick Crawford.
You hear Nick Crawford's name being shouted out by the crowd. 5'9", 236, just a sophomore. The 236 stands out as he's another young man who looks as strong as a senior, even though he's the body of a sophomore. Run goes nowhere. Isaiah Acevedo, number 40, out there. So I'll ask, what does Iona Prep have to do after this opener loss? I know they're going to play a lot of teams on their same level, and they have to be favorites again in their division for the state title, but playing a powerhouse in Archbishop Hoban, what do they learn from this? And being 3-0 and still not considering themselves as a very good team, what about Hoban?
You know, for Iona Prep, I think they just got to find identity. You know, what are we going to be good at? What are those 5 to 10 football plays when we need situations where we need to make plays? How are we going to execute at a high level? I think they have to figure out what their identity is. If they're going to run the football, they're going to throw the football. They got to find a way to get Shepherd some more perimeter throws. Get him out on the edge a little bit more schematically, not just always breakdown coverage, scramble drill situations. So I think they have a lot to build on. It's not going to be a point of emphasis as talent-wise, because I think Iona Prep has all the talent, all the tools they need. They just need to find what they're really good at and execute that at a high level, maybe simplifying the football game for them on the offensive side of the ball. But I think building off that and finding identity is going to be crucial for them, you know, trying to build these blocks to be a successful football team in the state of New York. So for Archbishop Hoban, it's more of the same. They played like a team that was in week 3 rather than in week 1 as Iona Prep was. They executed at a high level, especially in the second half. They really just used the first half to just find adjustments. Got a plus touchdown here on that big touchdown to end the first half, but just played like a more experienced team that knew the speed of the game from live reps on game day.
First and 10 at the 43 for Archbishop Hoban. And this is a run by new man Charlie Malin, number 16, 5'9", 165 junior. Jermaine Bailey, you look at him.
2-yard gain, second and about 8. Quarterback 82, Caden Marks.
Second and 8 coming up on 1 minute. They're just going to go down to an 8. I know it's your favorite play, Brandon. Everyone's favorite play, the victory formation and the kneel down.
The best play in football right there.
Some of the crowd here. Culmination of a big victory for Archbishop Hoban. It was 7-7 after 1, 14 all at the half. 26-0 Archbishop Hoban outscoring Iona Prep in the third and scoring 3 here in the fourth, and that will do it. Last play that they have to run, the two teams will come out and shake hands. And, well, the score doesn't indicate what kind of game we saw, 43-14, but at the same time, it's indicative of the way this Archbishop Hoban team has played. They've made the adjustments in all 3 of their games at halftime and have come out smoking on offense in the third and fourth quarter of each game so far. So that's a trend that they can continue to build. They know how to make the adjustments.
Thank you for attending this afternoon's game.
And they have a well experienced coaching staff, and that experience